Youth leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to join you today for the 2022 Young Southeast Asia Leaders Initiative Summit. I just came back from Southeast Asia, where I had engaging conversations with young people who are contributing to their local communities. They, like you, inspire me. Coming from one of the world's most vibrant regions, you, the youth leaders of ASEAN, are the drivers of positive fundamental changes in our world. I've said it before and I will say it again. Young people should have the space to constructively engage in breathing new life into our multilateral and regional systems. I therefore commend the YASILI for serving as an important platform to encourage dialogue and innovation on issues ranging from social entrepreneurship and the environment to education and civic engagement. You are the leaders we need, and the actions you take will shape how the world's future would be. I commend you for your tireless efforts to protect the environment, whether in your own countries, communities, or circles of influence. And I encourage you to avail yourselves of the benefits of this summit, which provides you the opportunity to meet with over 100 other Southeast Asian leaders and collaborate to create an even bigger impact. My friends, I've seen the background documents of today's participants, and I'm in awe of your ingenuity, initiative, and inspiration. Consider the powerful examples of the following Magic 5 visionary young leaders from Southeast Asia. Erin from the Philippines, who is working on a circular economy solution for marine litter. Nune from Thailand, who has been working on expanding a project to tackle marine litter, especially ghost gear. Dr. Chuck from Malaysia, who is working on marine environmental chemistry. Rene from Indonesia, who is working on mangrove conservation and marine cleanup. And Fir from Brunei, whose passion stretches from marine conservation to youth development. These leaders, and each one of you here today, can lay the groundwork for collaborative partnerships to tackle regional challenges, complementing each other's national and local experiences. My dear friends, as President of the United Nations General Assembly, coming from a small island developing state and guided by the theme of hope, I, like you, have committed to tackling climate change, protecting the environment, and empowering young people. First, on climate and environmental action, we must continue to move forward on the action and agenda items that will combat climate change, safeguard our rich biodiversity, and protect ecosystems. I have worked tirelessly to raise the profile of this issue. From my own climate event in the General Assembly in October last year, to COP26 in Glasgow, to COP15 on land degradation and drought, to the Stockholm International Meeting, where I am now, and soon at the Ocean Conference. I've requested world leaders to ramp up political will and make use of the incredible innovations we have at our disposal. I intend to continue to champion this cause, including at a high-level thematic debate dubbed Moment for Nature in July at the United Nations. Second, on empowering young people, I'm proud to say that from my very first travel abroad, I've always emphasized the need to meet and hear from young people, particularly young women and girls and marginalized groups. During my visit recently to Southeast Asia, I met a young woman who is helping women-led businesses and was able to support them in making and selling 10,000 worth of handmade goods. I also met a young man who helped mobilize thousands of young people to get food and supplies to people during COVID. My message to them and to all the young people I meet has always been, I see you, I hear you, I salute you. I'm also personally proud to have launched the Fellowship of Hope, a program through which 8 young diplomats from underrepresented countries have joined my office to gain real experience working in the United Nations while also serving in their missions. It is my hope that these fellows will take back the lessons and values gained from this unique experience to benefit their home countries and national institutions. My dear friends, it has been an absolute joy to speak with you today. I look forward to hearing from you on your progress as you continue to be the positive change and the bright spark needed not only in South Asia, Southeast Asia, but also across our entire world. As I have said to other youth in other regions, in other forums, never stop asking questions, never stop raising your hand, never stop speaking up, never stop pushing for more action and more ambition. I thank you.